Solo production.
I don't want no scallywag chick tryna live fly with a pack of bad chicks. But if you qualify, let her play it now. Can you throw her legs at your page, yo? I don't want no scallywag trick tryna live fly with a pack of bad chicks. But if you qualify, let her play it now. Can you throw her legs at your page, yo? I don't want no scallywag trick tryna live fly with a pack of bad chicks. But if you qualify, let her play it now. Can you throw her legs at your page, yo? I don't want no scallywag trick tryna live fly with a pack of bad chicks. But if you qualify, let her play it now. Can you throw her legs at your page, yo? I don't want no scallywag trick tryna live fly with a pack of bad chicks. But if you qualify, let her play it now. Can you throw her legs at your page, yo? I don't want no scallywag trick tryna live fly with a pack of bad chicks. But if you qualify, let her play it now. Can you throw her legs at your page, yo? Y'all ready to dig into this here? Let's get into it. Roll that intro. Pull up with the stick, yeah. She said she wanna be up on my team, but she can't love me, yeah. Really, she don't want a man, she want a gummy bear. Now with this video here, you hear the part in the audio, I'm actually recording this while I'm on the road. You know, trying to crank this content out and still be productive while paying a couple of bills. You know how it is. But fellas, this is a prime example of why I tell you all, you do not marry a few types of women. The first type is the help. And what I mean by that is, if a woman ever gets with you at a lowest point or the lowest point of your life, I know modern day people will tell you that's the woman for you, and she may be, but you have to look and make sure that she hasn't got used to seeing you like that. See, I made the mistake of getting with a beautiful woman. She was a good woman, man. Like, I had known her since like high school or whatnot, and I was just too busy during that time to actually get in and dig in with her and whatnot. But when I got locked up, I really had, you get time. You had time. So I'm doing a little bit or whatnot, and there I'm in one place. She knows when I'm going to call. She expects me to call at certain times. I'm on a schedule, so she's gotten used to that. And that was year after year, and then I told her, I said, well, check this out. And when I come home, it's going to be different. I'm going to be back to, who I was, meaning I can move around. I can handle certain situations on my own by myself. I don't have to call out and, sing you this kite and tell you to get this done for me. I can do that myself. Because she never got with me at that point in life, when I came out to do what I told her I normally, naturally do, it was too much for her. She couldn't handle the star power that I just naturally possessed as an it guy. You understand? I know a situation where brothers have been hurt and injured, and the woman gets with him then. And when he's healed and is back on the court and doing what he loves and traveling and, she has a hard time readjusting her sights and sizes to fit whom he really is. You understand? So typically you don't want to marry the help unless she knows and has fully been aware and experienced on who you were before she came into the picture, right? Now it's different if you were a pop star or somebody like Trey Songz, and let's say you fell in hard times and this woman had been a fan of you since the start of your career, and then she gets with you when you're on hard times. That's a little different. You probably can go ahead and marry that chick. You know that she wants you for you. Why? Because she knew who you were. But there's been a lot of situations where women get with men and they marry them, and they're okay when the man is eating ramen noodles and, not really living his best in his full potential. In the moment that he does what he told her he was going to do, she has a problem with the new lifestyle that he's been just telling her that she hasn't been listening. So fellas, you don't typically want to marry the help unless you knew who you was before. That's one. But in reference to this video, you definitely do not want to marry groupies. Now see, the women that I'm naming as far as categories, groupies, the helps, all that, they have a place in society. And when I was doing my thug dizzle, they had a place too. We did, but with groupies, let me tell you, man, we put the homies on with the groupies. Straight up. You know, or you want tickets to go see who? Oh, okay. Don't let us know somebody and they can. You know, we'll line it up. That's why most groupies, if they want to get with the guy that they're groupieing after, they gotta f their way up. You know, they gotta hit the crew first and work their way up. Oh, you want to talk to Usher? Hold on, listen. Well, you know, I'm like his brother, so yeah, I be with him from time to time. But what do you want with him? Well, I just want to see if it. Oh, okay. Well, look. We're gonna be here after the show. Is Usher gonna be there? Nah, he ain't gonna be with us, but we gonna be there. He may come. I may take you with me after the fact. Get what? She's gonna have to work her way up the ladder to get to him. That's what we did with groupies. And even amongst our clique, we used to test our women, man. We used to call it put them to the back. You get your girl and you think this is the one for you, bring her around the crew, Kyle. See, one thing about us, everybody in my crew did something different, and we all had different looks, and we spoke different ways, and we dressed different ways. So, if she wasn't really about just you, bro, she gonna fall victim to the rapture of somebody in the crew. I promise you. It's like they were my other two brothers, you know. Really, all three of us, believe it or not. Or anybody I ever called a brother. We bring your woman around, cuz, right in front of you. Maybe she like long hair. Maybe she like waves. Maybe she like braids. We all got them. You know, maybe she like him to be muscular. Maybe she like him tall. Maybe she like him to have a stomach. We all got them. She gonna fall for somebody if she don't only have eyes for you. And so that's what we would do. Bring her around, cuz. See if she groupie. Maybe she like a singer. We got a brother who can sing. You know, he get to sing and do she be fighting urges? Looking like that girl off of what's that movie? The 5 Heartbeats in that chair about the cream. She look like that. If your woman does something that warrants a red flag in these situations, bro, you may want to run for the hills. I'm telling you now. And don't ignore the signs. As soon as you see that she is a groupie, you need to flee from thee. Or get what you gonna get about her, and then, you know, go ahead and skedaddle. Me personally, in this life that I'm living right now, I don't have room nor the time to entertain such frivolous behavior. We're not building. You don't need to be, you know, in my building. Straight up. But these men marry these groupies, bro. If you put on a song to any rapper, dead or alive, and she screams, ooh, ooh, she's a groupie, cuz. And if you are going to proceed, you may want to do so very cautiously. Know who you dealing with. I've dealt with groupies before. They was on my squad back in the day, you know. And I just knew that if the right situation presented itself, she'd give it up. She would give it up. And that's the truth, you know. Like, one of the situations I had back in 2019, I took her to an event that I was filming. It was with a certain basketball player. You know, for me, this is a regular deer in the jungle. Because shouldn't any man be a groupie of anyone, male or female, bro? And we're going to talk to that a little later. But, you know, I took her with me. She's there to help me. I'm making my money, you know? And when I introduce her into the basketball player, I look up and I glance over at her and she lost in the rapture. I said, oh, man, she a groupie, dog. And when I tell you, cuz, like any type of unction, any type of delight as a man that I would have had in her, kind of just went out the door. And at that point, I was just there because I knew in my spirit that this chick is a groupie. And it doesn't matter how they dress it up. It don't matter if she covered or butt naked. A groupie is a groupie, and groupies do groupie things. You men need to stop believing that your girl is the exception. If she is a fan of Kevin Gates and you send her out to a Kevin Gates concert and Kevin Gates just so happens to single her out and bring her on stage, cuz, you think she gonna tell him no? You think that she's gonna do the opposite of what Keke Palmer did? Is your game, is your penis just that tight for her to like act? No, bro. No, bro. A groupie is a groupie. They can't help it. And I love groupies. I'm not mad at them, but you need to have your woman be a groupie for you. Yes, she needs to be a groupie, but for you. If she has to make herself a groupie for you, she's not really a groupie. Because she didn't have to make herself a groupie for Usher or Kevin Gates or who, or Nipsey Hussle or Pac. She didn't have to make herself a groupie. She didn't have to, force it. It was just natural. And if it ain't natural, bro, you don't own it. You understand me? So your woman needs to be a groupie for you. Now men, like I see, I don't do the groupie nothing. I don't do no female crushes. Like the woman that they ask me, man, like, who is your one celebrity crush as a woman? I say none. None. I don't have no crushes, dog. I'm a grown man. I'm at 15. You understand? She look okay, but that's about it. And that okay really is probably less than that, because Kim Kardashian look like a rat without her makeup. Beyonce look like she been walking the strip all her life without her makeup. These women look hit, cuz. They look hit. Take out the extensions. Have you seen some of the most beautiful women, or at least they present themselves to be this way? Have you seen them without their makeup regimen? The person who does this, man, they should receive an award. Because these women look hit. They look like rats. So no, I don't got no celebrity crush. I don't care. She's one of many. And she look like a star, but only on camera. Thank you, Drake. I recently seen Rihanna without her makeup. Ew. This is the woman that everybody's crashing out for. Never mind the fact that she openly cohabitates with unclean spirits. Never mind that, just for the time being. Ew. Ain't enough Fendi in the world to hide that, cuz. No, sir. So you as a man should never be pressed on Angela Bassett, Jennifer Lopez, Nicki Minaj. It's simplest behavior, bro. And that's why you will never get those type of women. Me, I see them for what they are, but more importantly, I see them for what they're not. Another thing I want to point out in this video is that if you look at her husband and you look at the singing guy, right? The singing dude is shorter than her husband. Husband's tall. He may even have a pseudo athletic build, or maybe he was at one time. That's why. And look at what she's doing to this man in this video. This is why I'm telling you, it does not matter your physicality, bro. Stop listening to what these women talk about they like or want in a man, and pay attention to what they've dealt with. That's all that matters. Not only that, you don't know what these men are packing. The husband could be stretching out the wife's coochie, but the singing dude right here, he's stretching out her imagination and her mind. That's the biggest sex organ ever. So no matter where she goes, he's always going to be with her. The husband has to wonder when they're getting off in the bed, is she getting off to him, or the thought of the singing dude. Another reason why I never understood why you men will play R&B while you digging your chick out. That is just retarded to me. You mean to tell me you were able to get off while listening to another man croon and all that ready for the world ish in your ear, cuz? You can get off with that in your ear? Suspect. No, sir. Now, if you're gonna play something, man, play some women. Play some Anita Baker or something. Should no man be talking about, ooh, yeah, when I throw on that R. Kelly, I'm about to, oh, nigga, what? Ooh, yeah. When I put on that Neo, he get me right. What? Any woman that tell me she's dope with a man like that, I look at her crazy too. I look at her super crazy. If you are a woman and your ex has ever done something suspect, and you stayed with him, if he's ever put on R&B music that was another man and did you so well like you've never had it before, that's suspect. If he puts on your clothes and leaves it on for whatever, X amount of time, if he ever puts on your clothes and parades it in front of you, or if you catch him and you stay with him, I'm looking at you suspect. If he ever twerks on you, now we ain't talking about if you getting, behind him and y'all just dancing. I'm talking about if he stop, locks, drops, and pop it, hands on your knees, letting that coochie breathe. If he do that and you stayed with him, nah, la mama. The one thing you could then never do is come to me with any demands about what you used to or about what you need or want. I see what you needed and wanted. I seen what you had. You went for it. I'm not. Your standards are severely low. So, man, if you ever found out that your woman may have fit that mold or had dudes do some questionable some things back in the day, don't be that guy to listen to these demands, these high demands coming from a lowly woman. No, sir. But I tell you this here. Ultimately, I put blame on the husband in this unfortunate, for lack of better terms, event. Namely being because he had to ignore a lot of signs that we talk about on this channel when dealing with this woman. See, she ain't just become a groupie of whoever this singing dude was. She's been a groupie, and I'm sure they've been in the car. She's put on her playlist, you know, or maybe the song came on the radio, on YouTube, and I'm sure instinctively her body had the reaction. Maybe she yelled out a scream. Ooh! Right? You had to ignore that. See, this happened to me about a few weeks ago. I peeped it. I just ain't say nothing. You understand? Sometimes when you collecting data, man, it doesn't always require you to give input. You know, you really need to be a scientist sometimes when dealing with these experiments that we call the American woman. And one thing about that is, while you're gathering your intel, keep your emotions out of it. Well, we talked about that already. Keep your input out of it. Don't mix, don't muddle up the data by inserting your feelings. Just stay quiet. Let's sit on it. But I put on a certain song a few weeks ago, man. You know, a woman says, "Ooh," quickly caught it. Oh yeah, you know. But she probably had some of an inkling of what I do and don't like. But this situation here with the man and his wife, I'm sure she's been doing big red flag signals that she's a groupie, and you went with it anyway. This woman is on her knees in front of you guys as family and friends. She catches herself. He even tries to go pick her up, it looks like, at one point in time. What he should have done is accepted the fact that he failed and acknowledging the signs. And then the next best thing would have been to call it off, dog. She's never going to stop being a groupie for whom she's a groupie for. And if she's already his groupie, she cannot be yours. I'm just telling you, you don't need $1 million. You don't need a horse-sized ding-a-ling, you understand? You don't need the latest, fastest car. You don't need a big house for her to be a groupie, dog. You don't have to be a certain height or a certain build. These are the facts. And I'm telling you, men, you do not ever marry a groupie. Last case in point I'm going to bring up, I had a chick that I was courting down in Texas, you know. I rode with her. The second day I had her in the whip. And as such, I'm letting her do her. She's just speaking. I'm just chilling. I'm not giving much input about nothing. I don't want you to feel like I'm judging you. You know, you may say some freaky ish, like, what? You did what? In my mind, I'm like, damn, this girl's dirty. But in the flesh, I'm just cool. Never dead in the jungle yet. But she put on a Mo 3 song, you know, and immediately went into groupie mode. Immediately was like, ooh, what I would do. I said, oh yeah, she's super groupie. Yeah, she one of them. And I couldn't do nothing with her. So I did the next best thing. I left her with one of the homies and he slutted out. I ain't got no love for them groupies, cuz. And neither should you. Fellas, listen, man. If when you come around, she don't act loopy, she ain't your groupie. Leave her where she at after you put her on the meat rack. And that's if she's worth breaking her back. Y'all fellas take it easy. Y'all stay blessed. To the next episode.
With the stick, yeah. She said she wanna be up on my team, but she can't love me, yeah. Really, she don't want a man, she wanna